Chapter 24 means checking the conditions. Let's review our one sample and two sample first, and then we'll move on for our paired tests. One sample, which has n-1 degrees of freedom, we must check that individuals are independent. We do this by verifying that we have either a simple random sample or a representative sample. Also, we need to check that the sample size is less than 10% of the population. Then we need to verify that the population has a normal model. We check the nearly normal condition, which states that the distribution should be unimodal, symmetric, and with no outliers. We do this by checking the histogram or normal probability plot. For a two-sample test, we need to get the degrees of freedom from technology. It's very difficult to calculate it by hand, so let technology do that for you. To show that individuals are independent, we also do a SRS, or a representative sample, but we need to check this for both groups. We also need to verify that the sample size is less than 10% of the population for both groups. To verify that the population has a normal model, we check the nearly normal condition as well. We check this for both groups. We want to make sure they're unimodal, symmetric, and with no outliers. We check the histogram or normal probability plot for each group individually. Finally, we want to know that the groups are independent of each other, that one group does not have an impact on another. To do this, we think about the design. We think about how the data was collected. What about when we have a matched pairs test? The degrees of freedom will be n-1. To show that individuals are independent, we want to check that either it's a SRS or representative sample. We're talking about the difference between them. We want to verify that our sample size is less than 10% of the population. And to show that the population has a normal model, we check the nearly normal condition. As usual, we want to verify that it is unimodal, symmetric, and has no significant outliers at least. We do this by checking the histogram of the distribution or a normal probability plot. So to this point, everything is exactly the same. It is a one-sample t-test. The added condition we have here are that the data are matched. We need to think about how the data was collected. Were they collected as two separate groups? Is there something going on between these? For example, are we comparing the same people?